Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's a radio receiver from ACL, that's Astro Communications Laboratory, and this type is called sr-209. It is very configurable by the plug-in modules you see here, and also plug-in modules inside, where you can select, you can make this receiver work from 2 to 12 gigahertz. Obviously, they made the 2 to 7 gigahertz version first, and then they ended up with a 12 gigahertz oscillator plug-in module. The module I got here is the 1 to 2 gigahertz. So this is the first oscillator, and then it's mixed down to several other IF frequencies. There's also a scope plug-in, and this is also optional. So you can see the audio or video or whatever kind of stuff you're receiving. I really want you to go and visit the Crypto Museum webpage. There's a very good subpage there about this unit, full of super good pictures and informations about this unit. I will put a link in the description, so please go and check out that link. It is absolutely first class, top quality. So here is the rear of this unit. It looks very American, kind of military style. And I read about this unit on Crypto page, Crypto Museum, where they say this one was mainly used by the CIA. So that's probably why it looks so kind of military police kind of style with all that text and all that stuff. And it's also very common to HP to use this kind of labeling back at that time. It's a little bit dirty here. Look at the voltage selection here, how that is done. So you need to unscrew here and flip 2 switches, and look, it's actually individual switches you need to flip to couple the different mains input windings in series and parallel and all that kind of stuff. Got some different audio in and out here as well. Video output is here. And here the label about the different options installed in this unit. And here is the main annoying kind of problem. Look at that power connector. And I kind of thought I had all those connectors on stock, but I don't have this one, so that is annoying. What I will do is just power it up like that, right? I think I can do that. Is it safe? Nah, not so much. Super easy to open, just a few finger screws and then slide out the top. Now we can see some of the plug-in modules, and the main bay here is in the middle. Power supply, fuses and all that kind of stuff. I really like this to be in its own little room. And then we got 3 different IF filters, and we can select them from the IF filter switch on the front. And there's actually, let me get back to that in a later clip, but there are actually some plug-in labels, or you slide in a little label for the different frequency width of the different filters. However, they fell out, so I only have one of the text here in the front, but I'm happy to see all 3 filters are actually mounted, so that is good. Then we got some of the other modules here, and they are locked by this piece of metal and screws and all that. I mean, very, very impressive build quality. Let's just show you some of the power supply cards here. They're coated so you can't mess this up. See the sockets here? It's coated like that. Really big and solid gold contacts. And that layout is just beautiful. Absolutely top quality. Even a serial number on that one as well. I love it. The distance between that shield and the gold pins is 1/4 millimeter, so it's okay. The other two modules here, they're exactly the same. Probably some positive or negative voltages, so you can of course swap those boards. So they're coded exactly the same way. So that means no harm is done if you plug them in wrong. I am of course going to plug them in correctly, so I left that one here so I know that goes in the first one. So the rest of the modules, that's just very normal IF kind of stages. See the 2 mixer crystals here and all that kind of stuff. Very, very normal radio type of stuff. But then again, have a look at the PCB material. If you look closer to this, it looks a little bit special. It's because it's actually Teflon based. So this is expensive and very, very difficult to make back in 1974. What the heck? That is some interesting stuff to find. That will be audio amplifying and stuff like that, see? Audio transformer. And there will be some IF signal path selection. There's a nice relay. But I did of course find something very, very cool. That is an op amp. It is one of the rarest, I think. So that is a collector item. Really, really nice op amp. Made in here in discrete transistors and all that kind of stuff, and then potted and sold as an IC. So this is the rear side. I was actually expecting a back panel PCB, but okay, they hand soldered and hand wired everything like this. See the 3 power supply transistors that gets hot. They're mounted here on the aluminium, so that's really good for thermal. 2 extra connectors with absolutely no wires, so that's good for spare parts or maybe future expansions. It's very easy to see the 3 IF sections here. They're more or less looking like the same, right? Look how much they did about grounding, good shielding, and good way to handle this kind of stuff. That is a very, very good style for signal integrity back in the good old days. And they're doing this on all the connectors here like that. I really, really like that. See, oh, this is Teflon wires again. Super nice quality. Let's try and look at the plug-in modules. So here's the BFO. It is just so beautiful. So this one is the 1 to 2 gigahertz model. I think this last part here, that will be filters. And there's a BNC kind of, oh, let's see if we can look at that. Yeah, that is a BNC type of plug-in connector for the highest frequencies, obviously. Then we got some more low frequency connections in here. And in here will be the tuner itself. Critical circuitry. Oh, seal was broken, so yeah, we can easily go in there and have a look. Also got 4 stages of filter trimming in here as well. We can also open a little bottom compartment here. But what I really wanted to show you is the way that this mechanical solution here is made. See, this is the front dial. Look at all the mechanics. But here is the coolest. Can you see the scale is actually like a thin plastic that goes around like that? It looks a little bit like a film, like a 16mm film. How cool is this? Man, oh man, I totally love the solution here. Can you see what I'm saying? It's difficult to hold this. Oh, this is nice. This is the local oscillator output, so we can check that out. And this is a 60 ohm dummy load. Back in the good old days, 60 ohm was more or less a standard before we went to 50 ohm. But I want to have a look inside this. It wasn't that easy to access those 2 screws. I had to lose that one as well. Removing that one. So that will be the 4 different stages of this tuner. If you look at the dirt down here, that's actually rust from the screw. See, all this is rust, so I need to clean this a little bit. We got some special transistors. I think that is also some kind of a funny part, right? I don't know exactly what that is. I think I haven't seen exactly this. Got some different color codes on it and whatnot. We can't really see what is on the other side, but they're probably screwed in place, right? So if you happen to know what that part is, could you please comment and send us a little link? That will be the tuner. I think there's really no good idea to go into the filter, because that will be a multi-cavity filter. And oh no, we also got a lot of power and good stuff in here, so no. So that is auto frequency correction. So that is interesting. Got a lot of also transistors and stuff. Yeah, so we could definitely have a look. So now we're inside the AFC. And look at that, some nice soft material and then copper plating. So when you screw this down here, there's a good tight connection all over the place. Yes, and again, you see those really funny components here. Oh, and we see transistors mounted like that, and it's everything here is just so beautiful. Hand work, all of it. Can you imagine being able to manufacture thousands of this unit? I see serial numbers about 1500 on this unit. Oh, this one is serial number 577. But other parts got higher serial numbers, so maybe this one, the different tuners like this one, they were maybe not made in such high serial numbers. And again, I see a little bit of corrosion on those. Oh, this one is really, really bad. See, we got metal dust. So this really, really reminds me to tell you guys, please store good old stuff in a super good low humidity area. Can't put this outside in your shed where it's raining and stuff on it. Does not work. You're going to ruin stuff anyway, so might as well just throw it out instead of. See, if I do like that, I'm gonna get the, yeah, see, I got all the dust out. It's all here. Of course, it's a very stupid idea to knock it down the table like that, by the way. Oh yeah. Let's look a little bit on the CRT module. But this is not just an XY CRT readout module. I believe this is actually also the final IF, or the final mixer stage. And I know this also by reading at the Crypto Museum webpage, because they also explain about you need different display units depending on the frequency range of your receiver. So that explains a little bit why we see crystals like this, and then all this IF stuff down here. And you also see RF coming in here, and all sorts of IF filters, IF mixers, and all that kind of stuff here. And that will be deflection amplifier, right? So this is not just a normal display unit. Nice high voltage capacitor, and down here is the transformer for all this high voltage stuff. Oh, this is serial number 1985. I don't know if you can see this, but it's down there. There's not a lot to see other than this really, really beautiful small CRT. It is really, really flat and wide, super rare and super special. I really hope this one works. So there's a missing crystal, and it's one of those big ones, so I don't know if somebody scored that or if it's important or not. So we got some high voltage rectifier components and tiny little rectifier and a diode there. I think this one, it says this is probably one of those neon voltage regulators. I don't have the schematics, but maybe we can find that if we really try. It's almost impossible to get everything here on the screen, so that will be the local oscillator output. I connected to a spectrum analyzer, and just to see if there's life in any way, because it can't receive anything if the oscillator here is not working. So what I will do is I'll put on mains voltage, and there's no 20 watts, 1800 I was hoping to see a little something. I don't see anything at all. We're in. Why don't we see anything? Oh, look at that. Now I go in both. So there's like a left or a right. Okay, but in both we have a line, and we got definitely something going on here. Oh, look at that. So tuning here is working. Haha, there's life. And look at that. Let's try and dial. Yay, yay, yay. What is all this doing? There's dial, light. So there's supposed to be a lamp in here. That is not working. But yay! We definitely got output. Let me tune this to 1.5 gigahertz. Marker. So it says 800 megahertz is the peak. Well, that's interesting. What if I dial it all the way? To 2 gigahertz. So that was my 800. And now it is 1. Aha, so that is interesting. So this is mixed with something else, right? So to receive 2 gigahertz, aha, there's another oscillator somewhere. So that is definitely how that works. Cool. So that's probably the other oscillator in the other box, right? FM, AM. But hey, it's alive. I want to go and input a signal. Again, I will dial it down to 1.5 and then I'll see if I can get a picture on the scope. So stay tuned. I'm trying to video this is not so easy because it's quite dim. So now I'm dialing around here. See, I think that is the peak we're searching for. At the same time, I'm also monitoring the signal strength. Let me show you guys. Maybe I can do it like that, right? So when I'm dialing around here, see? Ooh, and it's also doing some really weird things. Gotta be that one, right? And it has also something to do with this. Look at that. Now we are zooming in. And then I can play with the... Aha! That gave me some more filters and stuff, and then I can tune it. And what is that? That is centering here. And this is the sensitivity. So you see a lot of this stuff is done in the CRT unit, but I actually believe it works. I'm trying to do this automatic frequency tuning and all that kind of stuff, but that seems not to be super good. Maybe it has something to do with... Nah, I don't see any... Oh, there's a marker. What is that doing? And you see a tiny little marker down here, right? Okay. That's weird. What is that marking? Well, there is not a lot of fun stuff to say. More really, other than seems to be working. I'm trying to poke around with the BFO settings. We've got some knobs here saying BFO pitch and fine, this and that. And then it looks, see, here's what I'm doing. I'm of course aiming for maximum signal, right? Yeah, an old, really funny, really special receiver indeed. So yeah, I better turn on the light here, so like that. thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. See you again another day. Bye bye.